Our two intrepid adventurers leave the bind after an abject mission failure. So as they lick their wounds and talk about what to do next, they decide really the only thing they can do is travel to a frontier town, try and get a little bit of healing, and see what they can put together for their next adventure. They're too embarrassed to go back to their hometown where they met at the saloon, so off they go to find something new and different and seek adventure. Now, looking at their spoils, the marshal kind of looks with a big grin and says, "Well, I've got 150 gold in this here hunting knife." Mandy looks at him, shrugs, and says, "Well, that's nice. That's almost as good as my 250 gold and this dark stone. Oh, and my trusty axe." But because of the dark stone, Mandy's going to have to roll for corruption. 3, she takes a corruption hit, so she actually is now up to 2 corruption. But that's not much. She's been corrupting our poor marshal all along anyway. So next, after you get through, you re-heal, you roll for your corruption. Now each hero has to roll for a travel hazard. So red is going to be the marshal, and white will be Mandy the Saloon Girl, and on a roll of a 1 or a 2, they do get a travel hazard. Now, my luck, if it's anything like this last game, will be 2 travel hazards, of course. Alright, so we go to the travel hazard page. That'll take me a second to get to. Alright, and so the marshal, he's going to roll first. You roll 3d6, and he rolls a 5. Living hills. Something's not right here. The hills surrounding the valley you're in seem to be shifting and stirring before your eyes. The road before you opens up to reveal a massive demonic maw waiting to devour you whole. Each hero has to make an agility 5 test to avoid the maw. So the sheriff's agility is 4. So hopefully, let's see what he can do. Sorry about that glare. Guess it's coming off the ceiling. There we go. Alright, agility. What did I say? Agility 5. And he passes. Now young Mandy, she has an agility of 4 as well. So let's see what she can do. She barely passes. If passed, they gain 15 experience points each, and they escape the maw. So let's give them another 15 experience points each. And then, of course, let's roll for Mandy's travel hazard. And she rolls a 7. Harried by hellbats. As the heroes move... Make sure, yep, 7. As the heroes move through the countryside, dark swarms of hellbats follow overhead, swooping down to terrorize them as they go. Each hero now rolls a d6 for every darkstone they are carrying, and on a roll of 1, that darkstone item is snatched away by a hellbat. Well, our sheriff doesn't have any. Mandy has 1, and hers is safe. So now that the travel hazards are done, they make it to town. As the heroes enter the town, they realize the darkness has swept ahead of them, destroying some of the buildings. So 2 random things have to be destroyed. The first one is number 5, which is the church. And the other one that goes away is number 2, the blacksmith. So the church and the blacksmith are closed down. We will use this and this, just to remind us. So the church remains in a blinding light. They decide, we are going to stay at the hotel after everything we have been through. I have no desire to do anything different. So at the start of each day, they each get to pick one place to go, and she can't go to the church, so she can't cure corruption. But she will go to, she's going to go to the saloon, and he is going to go to the doctor's office. So, at the saloon, we will roll for her event, 2d6 to see what happens at the saloon, and it is a number 9. Aces and 8s. This seems to be your lucky night. You are +2 luck and +2 cunning during this location visit. Okay, and now for his doctor's office visit is a 10. Find the doctor's office. And a 10. Expert surgeon. The doc is an expert surgeon, and he is really on top of things today, and he's only had 1 or 2 drinks. All attempts at surgery are +1. Well, they don't need any surgery, so that is not a problem. So we will go with her first. Let's see, what can she do at the saloon? And she is +2 luck and +2 cunning. So might as well. Performer heroes only. She can entertain. Limit once per visit. You may entertain patrons to earn money. Choose either performance or storytelling and roll a number of dice for that skill. So she will do that, of course, and she is going to roll her dice. Oh, she's going to use her agility, and she gets 2 6s and a 5, so that was, for every 4 or 5 gain 25, for every 6 gain 50. So she just earned herself $125 more dollars. So she can only do that once. Other than that, she's going to buy some whiskey. She's going to buy 2 whiskey tokens, so that 100 is just going to go away. Since her sanity has gotten worse. Cunning. What is her cunning? She has a cunning of 3, but she's got a 5, so she's going to spend $50 to play casual poker. Make it a cunning 5 test. And so she's going to spend her $50. She's got a cunning of 5 because of the roll. And for every 5 plus rolled, she gets 50. So she has made another $150. So that was pretty good. And then, let's see. What is her luck? Her luck is 3, so her luck is 5. So she's going to try the Brimstone craps. Make a luck 5 test. If successful, gain 100 for every 5, and that cost her 100. So she's going to spend her 100. Her luck right now is at a 5 because of the increase in her cunning. Oh, and she just loses it all. Oh well. That's... Oh! You know what? She's going to use her grit and re-roll that. I didn't even think about that. Ah, so she gets 2. So she gets 200. So she doubled her money, but she lost a grit. And last thing she's going to do, she is going to do a Saloon Girl performance for 50, which gets her 10 more experience. And she's going to roll a d6 and see if maybe she can get her grit back. And she does get her grit back for use in town. And that is her turn. She's gone. She's coming back to the hotel. The marshal's gone to the doctor's office, and he's not nearly as lucky as her, so he's going to buy a couple of bandages for $50 each. So he's down to 50. And that's really, I think that's all he can do there. He can't afford anything else. So that is the end of day one. They meet back. End of day, they will have to roll their, see if there is a Frontier Town event, and there is not. And they have not much else that they can actually do here, so they've decided they're going to move on, and they have to decide where they're going to go next. So as they finish up their adventure in the town, Ned tells Mandy, we need to get out of this place. Where are we going next? She said, I don't know. My luck is feeling good, so why don't we just roll the dice and see what happens. So I'm going to first roll and see what world on my chart. If it's painted up enough, I'll use it. If not, I'll have to re-roll. So a 14 goes to the derelict ship. So the next adventure is going to be in the derelict ship. Now the next thing we need to figure out is it going to be something straight out of the derelict ship book, or is it going to be one of the enemy pack / missions? So 1, 2, or 3, and 4 is a straight up derelict ship mission. 5 or 6 will be one of the missions from something else. 4, so it's a straight up derelict ship mission. Now, to keep this random, even though it's probably better to do them all in order, we'll roll the d6 to see which mission they end up on. Alright. Mission number 2. So our adventure's next mission is going to be Collapse the Vortex. So number 2. A stable void vortex has opened up in one of the nearby mines, sucking everything into its inescapable maw. If it is not collapsed, it could do untold damage to the entire region before it's through. A local blacksmith has created some dark stone charges he believes should seal it up if you can get them close enough without getting pulled in. So our intrepid heroes, having finished their time in town, apparently are hearing rumors of something bad going on near one of the mines. So they're off to their next adventure, bickering and complaining with each other as always. Next time, we enter the derelict ship.